Millicent Kosi, and welcome. I really do hope after this video you are going to stay. So what do? I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm also a friend. Those are my current 3 jobs that I have, and yeah, welcome. And I'm starting my year in February. Yeah, so I really do hope, guys, that you've had a wonderful January so far and that the Lord has been good to you. And yeah, so today I want us to talk about not sleeping on ourselves this year. And before I do that, I want to do a quick recap just to highlight to you all on where I've been, Mina, as a person last year and maybe even the year before that. And honestly, I was really in a bad space. 2021, 2022 for me, those 2 years were not very great because I was dealing with a lot of anxiety, which affected a lot of things that I wanted to do, but I couldn't. You know, when you feel like you're not coming or going, you just don't know what you're doing with your life, because each and every time I would try and do something, I couldn't because I was so afraid. I would think of something, especially like in connection, I'll make an example with the YouTube channel, that I would want to do something but couldn't. And it was so difficult and so sad, and kept on praying about it, but you know, I still couldn't. But I thank the Lord, because the prayer that actually brought me closer to God, you know, because one thing for sure, I am Christian, I am born again, but sometimes I am not gonna sit here and lie. Sometimes it does get kind of shaky, you know, in Leleni, when you are a Christian, and I'm speaking for myself here, because it does get kind of shaky, where you feel just a little bit comfortable and all of that. And then when challenges come, that's where you like wake up and realize, oh, do you know what, I've been sleeping here. So actually anxiety was that one thing for me that brought me closer to God, you know, in prayer, where I had to spend much time in prayer, where I had to now read the word, you know, because that's what I was supposed to do, you know, initially, and I had sort of lost the plot. So yeah, that was basically 2022 for me. But I'm glad to say that as the year 2022 came to a close, I could really see the difference in me. I could really see the difference in terms of the anxiety that I had, you know. And I just want to encourage someone out there who is dealing with this. And I'm sorry, I am going to make reference to God, because that is who I believe in. That, you know what, even the scripture, I have a scripture here that I'd like, or rather a verse that I'd like to share with you guys, which is on Jeremiah 29 verse 13, and it says, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. Each and every time when I read the word, I understand why God says meditate on the word day and night. It is because he knows that everything we need, it is in the word itself. Every answer that we're searching for, it is in the word itself. It's just that, Tina, we sort of, I don't know how to put it, Tina, we delay things for ourselves, or we sort of, I don't even know how to put it. We run away from reading the word, whereas everything that we need, it is in his word, you know. So this verse, I'm sharing it so that someone knows that God is the answer for us. Whatever it is that you need, as long as you gonna say, you know what, Lord, I need you, and come to him with your whole heart open, saying, God, I need you. So basically that is the space that I was in last year, and I wanted to share that God has really helped me, because I really do see the difference in my life, and it took me taking action. I don't know if that makes sense, but I had to take a step, not just sit around and feel sorry for myself all the time and say, here's a problem that I have, but do nothing about it. It took me doing something about it. He was always there, because obviously God sees everything about our lives. He knows everything that we're going through. There's nothing that actually shocks him when it comes to our lives, but he was probably waiting for me to say, Lord, this is a position I am in, and I need you. I need you to give me the courage to be able to do things I want to do. I need you to give me the strength. I need you to give me direction. So if you are in that space, I'm saying seek God, and I'm not saying this to pressurize anyone by any means, but all I'm saying is spend time with God and do it in your own pace. You know, don't allow anyone to pressurize you. I don't even know how to put it, but I'm just saying that seek God. If you feel that your mental health is in a certain space where you know that, you know what, right now I'm not entirely the person I should be, or I'm not entirely myself, God is the answer. He did it for me, and I'm pretty sure that he can do it for you as well. And I'm not afraid to say it, Woody. As much as I am born again, I'm a Christian, I was starting to get comfortable. Sometimes, you know, I wouldn't read the word as much, I wouldn't pray as much, you know. So I'm just sharing that story with you so that it helps you as well. Which then leads me to what I wanted to talk about also, or rather to include on today's video, that this year, after what happened, or what I dealt with anxiety and all of that, I decided that, you know what, or rather, as 2022 came to a close, I said, Lord, I want 2023 to be a different year for me. I want it to be the year where when I look back, I'm like, Lord, thank you. You know, that I decided to rise up, I decided to stand for myself, I decided to go for the things that I've always wanted to do, you know, away with fear, away with self-doubt, away with overthinking, because those were all the things that were stopping me. You know, those were all the things that I was investing so much time in, you know. So I'm sharing this to say, if you are in this position as well, do not waste this year. Communicate with God and declare, this is going to be a great year for you. And don't just say it's going to be a great year for you, but take action. Ask God to give you the courage that you need so that you can move forward, so that you can step forward, so that you do not sleep on yourself this year. Because I really do know, and I'm confident of this, that God has given us so much. There is so much that he has instilled in us. There is so many gifts that he has given us, but when we sit around and not do anything about it, I'm not sure if there's anything he can do also. He probably sits there and just feels sad for you with how, oh my child, do you have any idea how much I've instilled in you? Do you have any idea how much I've given you, and yet you are sitting there not doing anything about it? So all I'm saying is, this year, do not sleep on that gift that God has given you. Do not sleep on that talent that God has given you. Do not allow this year to come to a close and then you regret and say, oh, I could have done 1, 2, 3, and 4 this year, but I was so scared, I was so afraid. Because personally, that is what I was dealing with. Because anxiety will do that to you. You find yourself thinking so much, overthinking even the smallest things, you know, that you're not even supposed to be overthinking about. So do not allow this year to come to a close. Let this be a year where you surprise yourself, where when you look back and you're like, you know what, I thank God that I took charge in 2023. I thank God that I didn't allow fear to stop me. I didn't allow anything to stand in my way, but instead I decided to rise up. I decided to use the talent that God has given me. I decided to stop comparing myself to other people. I decided to stop focusing on other people's lives, but instead I invested in myself. So that's what I wanted to share today, to say this year is not a year for us to sleep on ourselves, but this is the year where we dig deep and unleash actually the talents and all the great things that God has put inside us. Because there's definitely something. I know when we feel horrible and things are not so great in our lives, or we are in a bad space, we feel like, oh, I'm not talented enough, I'm not good enough to do 1, 2, 3, 4. But you actually are. You do have something to offer. That's one thing we always need to know about ourselves. You have something to offer. You definitely have something to offer. You do have something that is special about you that the world deserves to see. So don't just sit around and not do anything for yourself, because like I said before, that I wonder how the Lord feels when he looks at us and we're not doing anything with what he has given to us. So guys, don't sleep on yourself this year. I know that I'm definitely not sitting here. There's a video that I did months ago where I did share a little bit that sitting in front of a camera and speaking like this, it's not easy. It has not been easy for me at all. Even now, it's still not easy. But I decided, I declared even before the year began, that, you know what, Lord, I am doing this year, and I know that you will be walking with me. I know that you will give me the strength, because I know that fear is definitely not from you. It is definitely not from you. So each and every time you are feeling down, come back to this video. You are feeling down or you are feeling unsure about yourself, come back to this video, and so that you can remember what I said to you. This year we are not sleeping on ourselves. We are going for all the things that we know we want to do, but we've always been afraid to do them. So yes, that's what I'm saying in this video. So thank you so much, guys. I really do hope that this will be the year where you change your life. This will be the year where you surprise yourself. So thank you so much for watching, and I really do hope that you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much. I keep saying thank you so much, but yes, thank you so much, guys. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and do share it with people, or rather with other people, if you'd like to do that. And I hope to see you next time as we continue, because we are being consistent this year. Okay, we are being consistent this year. This year it's going to be a different year for me. Now it can be a different year for you as well. So don't sleep on yourself this year. I'll emphasize that. Do not sleep on yourself this year, because what is sad is you're going to look around, people are going to be progressing, and when you're still going to be sitting there, not because you don't have the talent, not because you don't have the abilities, but because you are constantly sitting in a dark corner somewhere and feeling sorry for yourself and refusing to take action. Take action this year. Take action. And if you do not know where to start by seeking God. Speak to him, and trust me, he will give you the direction you need. He will give you the strength you need. He will give you the courage you need. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. Do subscribe, do like. Thank you so much, and goodbye.